Welcome in, guys. Welcome to the Help Me Rhonda show. This is where we talk about building sexy brands and turning them into profit-making machines. My name is Rhonda Swan. I am your hostess with the mostest. I'm also the CEO and founder of the Unstoppable Branding Agency and the Sexy Brand Building Formula programs, where we help entrepreneurs truly take their message, package it up, productize it, and share it with the world utilizing films and funnels. So, all right, guys, this is going to be a cool call today. I'm super pumped. I wasn't here last week live. My coaches took over because I was with a private client. But, man, there has been so many updates coming out of Facebook. There's so many big things happening right now on social media. So who would I rather bring on than anyone else this week? But nonetheless, Kim Barrett from Your Social Voice in Perth.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's really good to have you on. I know we're going to have a lot of people on today, actually. So for those of you that are here, we're going to be talking about how to become a certified baller and what that actually means. And we're going to be talking about a lot of the updates that are going on in social. And Kim and his company are always on the front lines getting all the updates. So I always get the stuff sneaky early and start sneaking it out to you. I thought I'd bring the source out. So make sure, for those of you that are here, that you are sharing this. Let us know down below if you're here live on Facebook. Make sure that you are saying where you're coming from, what does your weather look like, and then share this and tag others that care about what's going on in social, especially if they run a business, they leverage the online resources or social media platforms. This is your call today, and especially if you know anyone that's in Australia, namely it's in Perth, right, Kim? Yeah, namely in Perth. So we're going to talk about that today. All right, so why don't we stop, chewing on the introductions and get ourselves moving, Kim, because I've been seeding a lot, letting people know you're coming. And, there's a lot going on in social media right now. In fact, the big Facebook conference, it's just been leaking out constant new developments. And so I'd love to share some of it, because what I'm excited about the most is, Kim and I, for all of you that know, my work and you followed us, is we work, it's called the 21-day plan. We just launched and we're relaunching again the 30K and 30-day program, which has done rock solid for so many people this last cycle. And if you are like, I want to get in when it starts May 20th, Swan links will gift you all the details, but we're going to relaunch it again. But I wanted to bring Kim here because we started the 21-day plan on organic brand building. That's really how I started building everything I've ever done, is by organic brand building, unique content. And Kim and I have been partnered now for the last nearly 3 years, right, Kim?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, nearly 3 years, if not over 3 years. And so we started working on, because Kim does, of course, paid marketing, paid advertisements on social. And I was mainly doing organic. And so he's like, whoa, you got your 21-day plan. And now Kim's created a really killer program called the Mogul Method, which is for taking our 21-day organic plan and skyrocketing and put it on steroids using ads. So we're going to talk a bit about that today. But what excites me the most, Kim, about what has come out of Facebook developments, of all the new algorithm shifts, is that they're giving so much weight to unique, value-based content and namely video. And right, so I just was reading a TechCrunch article, and they said anyone that has been going live and producing high-value, unique content, get ready, because you're going to be getting more heavily weighted. Your videos and your films and your audiences are going to be seeing more of your stuff. So that made me excited, because I know I've got a ton of followers, thousands of people that run the 21-day plan. So would you mind sharing a bit about that, Kim, and how that's going to affect our followers and really what's going on so they can really start leveraging it?
For sure. And so the big thing, so the conference Rhonda's talking about is F8. So every year about this time, April to May, all these new updates and changes come out. And you probably would have already noticed in your Facebook app that even the colors have changed. It's starting to look different. So that means that they're starting to weight and move things differently. So Facebook at the moment really wants, the big thing they want is quality, right? Quality, good content. So if you watch ever seen a branding film or anything like that from Rhonda or any of her clients, you know that how important and how much of a difference they make. I'm just going to take this off because it's distracting me. But that is really, really important, and it makes a huge difference. So now they are pushing a heavy weight towards high quality, like filmmaker type videos on top of organic good content, right? That's really what their emphasis is, because they want people, like if you think about the way that they're positioning it, is that if you go onto the Facebook newsfeed, like I'll just call the Facebook app, Facebook newsfeed, they want that to be like the town square, right? Where you see a few people over here selling things, there's everyone comes around, they're mingling all together. Then what you have is separate to that, you also have like your private living room, which is just for you and your friends. When your friends come over, they want to have that separation. But that also means, if you think of that, if that is out in public, there needs to be equality. You don't want to have beggars in your town square. You don't want graffiti in your town square. You don't want rubbish. You don't want mess, which means Facebook is doing a cleanup and trying to get as limited amount of that as possible. Obviously, there's always going to be things that slip through, but their emphasis is a high quality social area, the town square, for everyone to come to. And that means that they are emphasizing really heavily good quality content, filmmaker style content, where people can actually engage and get the most out of it, because otherwise people will go away. And that what Facebook want is they want you there, they want you to stay, that's important to them. So by making those adjustments means that as soon as Facebook makes these announcements, straight away they start prioritizing stuff, they start emphasizing stuff. And as long as it's good, think about it, as long as it's not poor quality, it's not rubbish, it's not graffiti, that type of thing. If you think about it in that, if you use that as an analogy, because that's what Facebook are using, that is going to be how you can distinguish between what you put out, how you create it. And obviously the 21-day plan is a brilliant way of doing that. It's unfortunate it took Facebook so long to catch up to Rhonda Swan, right? She's been teaching it for years, and now Facebook's just catching on to what Rhonda's been teaching.
Well, you know, this is what's so super cool is I also read this to add on to what you said, is that the high value based content and then like the graffiti. So they are going to be really penalizing people that are using memes and downloaded films that are repurposed. So like a lot of sharing and repurposing of content that is not unique is going to get also, downgraded. And so that is exciting for me, because what we do for our clients, of course, in Kim's, at every single one of our events, we produce high value brand story film, like connected emotional story films. And, it's for all of our clients, we've got hundreds of clients that have our film that are always like, gosh, how, when is really the best time to use it? Well, now more than ever, because those people, and Kim, you can, attest to this, is that the people that oh, there you go. There, I'm like, did I drop out or did Kim drop out?
This was the pinpoint. You're like, Kim, the people that, I was like,
the people that, so those that have story films now, right? So they already have it. Now, the fact of them being able to now start posting their films, they're going to get, because you said there's those times when they start making adjustments, boom, you are ready. Like you already got your content. And Facebook likes that connection, those emotional pieces, and that's what we do with brand story film. Can you add on a bit more on how to really leverage that, not only organically, but of course now through some paid marketing strategies that you teach?
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, the most important part for something is if you have something that Facebook wants and they have it, you've got to basically put fuel into the fire, which is really what we do, especially for the brand story films and the 21-day plan, is then go, great, how do we find the most ideal people so that we can pour fuel onto that fire to accelerate it further? Because if Facebook's emphasizing it, then you want to double down. It's like when you're on a hot streak at a casino. You just keep going, right, until it stops, and then you pause. So you really want to be able to do that now, and by focusing, and that's what we take everyone through. We have a stakeout process. The easiest way to explain that is, like I imagine, because in Facebook we do the best with it, the analogies, right? So it's a town square. So if you imagine you've gone up to someone's house that's in the town square and you're peeking in through their window, it's like, cool, you're trying to find out what are they watching, what are they eating, what are they talking about, what magazines do they have, what books do they have, and then really doubling down and pushing that towards those people and going, cool, if there's people that I know, my ideal person from those town squares, and I'm going and looking at seeing what they like, I'm going to push my message out to them. I'm going to push it out in front of them and make sure that the most ideal people are seeing my content. And then it's like a self-perpetuating cycle, because you push it out, people like it, they share, they comment, Facebook sees it's doing well, they push it out, and then it just keeps working together hand in hand to really accelerate and get your message out to the most ideal people, not just anyone, but literally hand-selected people that you want to work with in whatever your products and services are.
Yeah, and I love that, because we've been testing it. We've been seeing it. We could see it starting to happen. Remember, and everyone should know this, Facebook owns Instagram as well, right? So when IGTV came out, we were like, ooh, we were onto it, right? Like, something's going on with IGTV, and Facebook and Instagram want you to post more film and more video. So we all just doubled down on film, and literally it was like thousands increase in views, like not 10 times. It was like 1,000-time increase in views for those that were producing high quality content and pushing film and video through IGTV. We were getting so many more views, and we still are, but I think it's, starts to balance when more people come in. So right now we're hot. Like right now I've noticed, even in, like, for instance, Hanalei, her brand, we put a video down and get it onto Facebook. It's like blowing up, because those people that love her stuff are all seeing it first now, opposed to that selective, like, top 5% that we're seeing it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Is this the same on personal and business pages? Can you give a distinction? Because I know everyone always asks that, like, oh, I know I have my business, but I get so much more on personal. What should I do?
Well, again, they are like, if we're using the town square analogy, right? They don't want, and you don't want the individual person sitting there yelling about how amazing they are, because you probably think that maybe they're drunk or they're a little bit crazy, right? They don't want those people in the town square. And especially because it is a business, they want the distinction between that, right? They want to know, so if you have it, and because Facebook have, right? It's like, you pay to have a shop front, right? You pay to have a page. So as well, they go, hang on, this person's out begging in the street when we've got people over here paying in the shop front. That's not really fair.
I'll get them out, right?
Yeah, so it's like, yes, you will get views on your, and I was on a live stream with a lady this morning who I'm going to get to do an interview with Rhonda as well. She's really cool, right? But she does all of her lives on her personal page, like everyone that she does. And I was like, look, I know you get more views here, but that's not the way, because that can be taken away from you. You can get locked up, in shackles, and Facebook take you off to Facebook jail. You
and
can't
it just
do that
happened recently. Actually, I'll give some, it just happened to several people in our group, our private Unstoppable Tribe group. They're like, whoa, all of a sudden I started making their video on personal, and it said, you have blocked or broken our policy, and it cut their content off. So now, once you start getting, it's like, you're getting a little misdemeanor. Once you start getting a couple misdemeanors, now you're going to be looked at. You're the bad guy, right? It's true. I mean, it's happened to us so many times. You start pushing the envelope a bit. So again, we're gonna give the strongest, not even a recommendation, we'll say do this. I love this analogy, is if you're in Times Square and you got the crazy guy and he's doing some illegal stuff, they're gonna kick him out. Yeah. Get on your business page if you're running a business and you are serious about what you're doing, and invite people in a live, come on, join me over here, do something social. And Kim, I have really focused on that this year on my personal page, just really high quality, valuable content. And I'm getting so much more engagement, right? Or people are just loving my posts. And then I notice I pop up like an event video, just trying to be cheeky and like, hey, let's see what people, crickets. Like, they know. It's like crickets. Dang it, Facebook. I was working my engagement. I was like asking questions, hundreds of responses, pop up a marketing video. Like, they know.
Yeah, they're onto it, right? Because they want to make sure it's like, we don't want graffiti. We don't want the crazy lady over there yelling about the events coming up in Bali and Orlando, right? They're like, no, you're not going to do that. You've got to, it's like literally, because you've got a shop front, you've got to use your shop front, right? And that's because, well, they can charge rent there, right? You have to pay for ads, you have to promote it out. It's like, that's how they want it to be. So when all these things are happening, you've got to think, okay, cool. You've got to play the game to whoever the game master is, and that's Facebook, and they own Facebook and Instagram. So if they're saying this is what we want and this is how we're doing it, you go, cool, I'll play by the rules, but also know how that you can bend the rules to get the best result possible as well.
Yeah. All right. I love this. So now I'm going to switch gears. I want to share with you guys exactly what Kim does, where this certified baller's coming from, because this is perfect topic, right? So as I shared, we do the 21-day plan. I do live, high quality, and we then started to market them and getting in front of the right audiences. And Kim's like, look, keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to do paid stuff over here. So you're going to keep. So let's look at lives as if I'm, having like a normal conversational party in the, in the, what did you call it? In the town
square. Yeah.
Right? I'm having a little hangout party. We're having, oh, what's up? It's all cool. We're, talking to each other, interviewing each other like we are now, and maybe doing lives and having a chat. So then over here, now our storefront, the marketing begins, right? But Kim has put together and devised a process called the mogul method, which is, here you are in your storefront. We give them high quality film or content that they like and they're engaging in, less teachy, more inspirational, and kind of content that makes you go, oh, I really like this, or you're giving them some insights, and they go, oh, I like it. So all of a sudden, everyone in the Times Square walks over and they're watching what's going on at your storefront, right? So all of a sudden you get all these eyeballs. So then what we do is, that's layer one. The second layer now is, okay, all of you have been watching that first layer, that all your eyeballs are on my storefront. Now I'm going to give you something even deeper that goes even more in depth of what I was just talking about. Maybe teaches you something, shows you that I am the expert. So we've got all your eyeballs on the top layer. Then Kim, we take the video and your content and bring it to those exact same people. So the ones that loved it the first time, get it again, and now you've got those same eyeballs are sticking. So that means they loved it. Facebook is like, yes, they're staying in front of your storefront. Everyone over there is trying to compete, but everyone's staying because it's the retargeting process. It's how you capture those eyeballs and keep seeing and sharing them more content. And we continue to do that until you've got such an incredible eyeball audience on your storefront. So I know I kind of did it quickly, Kim, but I love this thought and this process, because when you said that, it was like, let's stop pushing our content in front of people that may not want to see it. We're just hoping to grab them, right? You're like, the first one, we're kind of shooting to see if they like it, but now let's start creating layers of it all and really grab them. And this has completely transformed the way we've marketed. So you go more in depth in that, because that's really how you're guiding and leading people into becoming certified ballers in their niche.
Exactly. And so the whole process, it's like, if you imagine, right, let's keep the analogy that Facebook has, the town square, you're a shop front, you have something that grabs their attention and they stop and they look at you. Not everyone's going to like what you have, and that's cool, they can keep on walking, but those that do, then it's like, hey, come on in. And then they start to find out, and they're like, oh wow, these guys have this product, this, they're doing all this sort of stuff, I'm getting value from just being here. Then as they go down even further, then they go, wow, like, okay, I have to purchase from this person. This is the person, like, I know that this is the person for me, because I've already gone through, they've grabbed my attention, I've come in, I've been welcomed, I'm enjoying it, I've built a relationship. And then the conversion process is really easy. And all we're doing is doing the same thing really that you would do in a town square. Like, it's not anything different than you would have if you had a shop front, but we're taking it to the digital shop front. We're taking it there and going, people consume, you take them down, I call it their demo tape. It's like where you're putting it out there as if you were the mogul and baller in your industry, kind of like Dwayne Johnson. So you have to start somewhere. You have to do a demo tape, you've got to audition, you've got to like it. Then you go out there and you get a big break. You get your first movie, things are happening, people are paying attention to you, and then you hit them with a blockbuster, right? You come out of there, this is like the Fast and the Furious, this is like the Avengers movies, this is like, right, you hit them, and then they're like, wow, okay, cool, these are the people for me. This is the person that I want to speak to, I want to know about, I want them to help me doing what they're doing. And you build that extra relationship, and it's the content part of what we do to help people become certified ballers, become the moguls in their industry, because it's the same as TV, right? Like when you see someone on there, we're all conditioned to know that those people are experts, that those people are the celebrities, they're the people we need to listen to. Hence why we do this process, hence why we use those branding films, those assets that you create to make sure that people go, I need to know more. I need to speak to these people, right? I need to be connected somehow with these people right here.
Yeah, I love it. And so imagine this, everyone. Imagine you continue to see someone, right? Or you're watching a movie trailer and then you see the next. You continue to see, like, I have to see that. I have to watch that, right? It's the same process. So, for instance, we've had people that most even recently are joining us at our events, because at my events, our VIP branding events, we shoot brand films, all the content film for Mogul, and we provide and create the plan for you. And they're like, I'm coming to the event. Like, I've been seeing you everywhere. Like, I feel like I'm getting the Unstoppable Family sandwich. Like, your kids all over the place, Unstoppable Families all over the place. Like, we've been seeing you everywhere in your stories, in Instagram. I go, yeah, it's because we have a process that we run, and only you are seeing me. Like, I don't love, let's see, I don't even know his name, because I don't even really like him. Some guy that just launched a movie. I don't like it. And so I don't keep saying it because I don't like it, right? And I didn't touch on the trailer, didn't want to know anything about it. But dang it, I'll be darned if I continue to see what's going on with the Avengers, right? And what's, like, constantly. So even though this other film could be blockbustering it out just like this Avengers did, well, no one did, because Avengers crushed it. Historical. Maybe that's not a good example, right? But it's the same thought, right? It's the same concept that you keep staying in front of your people, their eyes, the ones that love you. You keep providing them so much amazing content consistently. They're just like, yep, I'm in. I call it the invisible difference. That's what we do in the 21-day plan. Everything that you're doing in the front before they even decide to buy, it's the invisible difference. It's that difference you're making, even psychologically, as a buyer. Yeah. I mean, it's getting more competitive, Kim. Like, let's get real. Like, even though we all have storefronts, it's getting competitive. So what are you seeing then when it comes to then ad cost? Because I know Mogul really helps reduce ad costs, because only the people that want to see it are the ones we're marketing back to.
Exactly. And so that literally drives things down, especially when it's a competitive marketplace, because you're building, as opposed to literally, as I said, like going into the town square and yelling at everyone that walks past is not going to work anymore, right? It needs to be a specific message for that person walking past. It's like, hey, Rhonda, I know you want to do ads for your business because you watched all my videos. Like, come in here and let's have a conversation. Come in here and let's do something more. And it's way more cheap and effective to do it that way, right? Because it's your message is only going to, it's what I call like the owned media. Like, you've built it, you've got the awareness that, well, people love you, and it's like, cool. Then when you have an offer to them, they're like, of course I'm going to do that, right? Or what will happen is people just automatically reach out. They'll just go, hey, like, I've been seeing this. Like, I want to know more. I want to find out, like, I'm sure you do, we do, all of our clients do. It's like, they just get messages and it's like, hey, been loving what you're doing. Like, just what's the cost, right? How much is this? Let me do it. Like, they don't really care that much, because they've already built that relationship and they've had that constant flow of content to them over time.
And how many of us want to provide a message and for our clients, our customers, to be literally pulling out their credit card ready to buy, and you're not selling anymore? So guys, this is what I've been teaching for years, right? It's literally the selling without selling. If you're just providing great value, but there's a strategy now behind it, because it is more competitive. It's like the example, and I love this, Dave Argon is incredible. And he mentioned something I want to touch on this, is it's gotten a bit different, because it's like if we're standing in Times Square and we're in a megaphone going, hey, check me out, or preaching your word, right? And you're getting it out there, and you're doing it. It's like going live. You're just doing it. But guess what? How many millions of people are standing there walking past you, ignoring you, and you're just kind of like, blah, to everyone. What we're now doing is we're saying, no, we're going to shrink wrap it. We're going to bring you inside, let's say, the doors that are, this is the message that's coming out, and only the ones that want it. So now what happens? How much easier is it to stay focused or to be connected to those people? And of course, to convert them into clients or customers, which also now leads me, Kim, to is the sales process, right? So here we got this blanket of message. We know exactly whose eyeballs and who's loving our stuff, because we're hitting them consistently like a mogul would, with high value content. So what happens is, typically we'll see this online, is the sales process gets broken, right? We're either relying on someone to reach out, or we either don't have a funnel. But I think now, more importantly, you and I started in January And I told everyone, mark our words, I did the 2019 trends, social media trends, and there was one of them was very similar to last year in 2018, but it's gotten big, and that's messenger bots. Right? So let's talk about that, how that sales process can go from, I love what you do and I'm on a video, and then what happens if I get taken out, because we love funnels, right? And we still do. We take people to funnels, we give them to sales pages, but now that's an extra hoop. So what can we do to keep them in the line in the same spot that they love to be and Facebook wants them to be in?
Yeah, and I'll tell you as well, because we spoke about this, first? It would have been not even last year, probably the end of the year before.
Yeah.
We told everyone to get on board before everyone started to realize. And so this is how much Facebook is taking the importance of it, right? So they're actually in the process of they're making Messenger the fastest messaging app there is. So it's already going to be faster than WhatsApp. It's called Lightspeed. And it's also going to be faster than any of the others, like I'm assuming WeChat and a few others. They didn't really say because obviously they don't want to promote their competitors.
Exactly.
However, what they've done is they said that if you want to send broadcasts from July, now you're going to have to pay.
Yes.
Same as if you had an email autoresponder, you've got to pay for the subscription. It's going to be pay to play. And I told everyone, I was like, do it because eventually it's going to be mainstream. Eventually they're going to push more promotion for it. And they already are. They're starting to build their own parts in there. So everyone that's like, oh, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to stop. I'm going to do it. Well, you know, you've been doing, I've been doing, Honolulu's been doing, pushing out messages through Messenger for this whole time. We got to do it for free, right? But now come from July, you're going to have to pay. I think it's going to be like 1,000 messages for $50 or $5 or something. So they're going to have that in there. But because they're building it as a platform where you can transact, they've got their own, they're using a, from my understanding, it's it's like covert Operation Libra, I think it's called, where they're basically building their own cryptocurrency to process payments in the back end. They're going to call it crypto because they don't want that tag, but it is in the back end to process payments. They've also just released now that you can book appointments directly inside. That's rolling out even more so, and also building in some new lead gen directly inside of Messenger, lead gen opportunities there. So Facebook are doubling down on Messenger because now what they're seeing, and the big thing is they want to have privacy. Because now what you're doing is it's like, cool, you're going from the town square to a direct you're going to your lounge room, right? You don't want all that noise and stuff that's out there. You want to have that one-on-one interaction, that one-on-one conversion and chatting. Same as if you go into a store and they go, Rhonda, you're a VIP customer. Let's go upstairs to the private lounge where we can talk one-on-one.
Yeah.
Take you up there. That's the same experience is what they're putting now into Messenger. So they've been, as I said, we've been telling everyone for the last 2 years, this is where you need to be and need to be focused. And then Facebook's just gone, cool, we're even further doubling down on making Messenger even more important. Not only on Messenger, but also on WhatsApp. So they're actually rolling out on WhatsApp also WhatsApp collections, so you can sell your physical products in there, which is going to be great for Honolulu. You can transact in there, all that sort of stuff. And they've already rolled out, they've tested it with 1 million people in India, taking payments in WhatsApp and whatnot also. So the messaging platforms of Facebook, whether it be DM on Instagram, Messenger on Facebook, and WhatsApp for business, are huge priorities for them. And it's been shown time and time and time again. And this is another thing that we roll out for pretty much every one of our clients that's a certified baller is messaging, because it's what people want to have. It's that one-on-one, it's the old school calling up and having a conversation with a business, having that interaction and going from the town square to that private one-on-one interaction, which is what people want. And also the privacy aspect. They're heavily encrypting it to make sure that it's private, direct, one-on-one messaging.
I mean, I have my whole business, my office is in Messenger. I mean, it just is. That's where I immediately connect with someone. If I've got a client or someone that wants, answers quickly, we've got our groups. We set appointments that way. We contact them immediately. We close them right there. Like Messenger now and that safety feature and aspect of it, it's just going to make it so much easier. But again, we can't iterate even more. We we're on the front edge of innovation. Now, you guys know we run in my world, the sexy brand building world, run by 5 main points. And the most important vital piece of building a sexy brand is innovation. Always be innovating when it's time, when it launches, not waiting, right? So we're not the laggards, right? We are always in the front end. And why is it? Because we get to test it. We get it for free. We get it for free, right? And then we move in, and now it's going to start costing you come July. Someone just asked a question, Kim. It's very important. Terrence is like really digging, giving like up-to-date current trends right now live, because everyone's kind of leaking it, but they're not totally giving it out. But we do it for a reason. Why do we do it? Because we know you're going to say, wow, I need it, I'm ready. Right? Because we're already ready. We're already set up to help you not only have your automation process set up, your mogul method, either getting you film, you already have them from us, you guys are even more advanced, but also getting your bot set up and your funnels ready so you can go hard. Why? Because if you're not in the innovation, your clients will know, because they're going to start seeing what's going on. How many of you have been in Messenger and you're watching, like, you'll see some ads in there, you're like, oh, he's good, like it's Gary Vee style, right? You're like, well, I want to be like Gary Vee, but you just think it's Gary Vee, so it's not for you. No, it's just because Gary Vee and them jump on it now, right? And then you see me and you see Kim, you're like, dang it, why are they so good? It's just because we jumped on now. And that's what we do for all of our clients, is say, look, come in, I call them, you either create your sexy brand, or Kim says, become a certified baller, right? Because you're a badass baller if you do all this stuff. And that's why we're here. But the question did come from Terrence. He said, I understand correctly that Facebook ads are shifting a bit to ads in Messenger. And I know that answer, but Kim, you can tap on it even more, because, yeah, you go ahead and tap on it, because I've got a couple things of why I'm going, do it now, everyone, because if July comes sooner, you realize our 90% open rates might decrease a lot.
Exactly. And they will, as more people go in. However, it's going to be, like, it's going to settle, because some people have jumped in, like with many things in marketing, and they kind of abuse it. They go hard, they send you a message every single day, they don't understand how it works, which also means that they'll quickly drop off. So it's always an opportunity for the professionals. And when I say professionals, it's not like that, like, yes, if you wear a nice shirt and tie, it may make you a professional. I'm talking about you treat your business professionally, right? For those people, there's always opportunity. There's always opportunity to take advantage of these things. And yes, because with that, Facebook also have to think about the only way that they make money, guys, is advertising. The only way. There's no other income streams, apart from when they start processing payments, which is super smart for them, because then they'll take the processing fee, right? They're going to get that happening. But they need to make sure that Messenger is a destination, because then as well, then they can use more of their, what we call the inventory, right? They have more opportunities for ad placements. It will never go as heavy as the newsfeed, purely because that's your bedroom, right? This is your private living room. You have a few messages come in, you turn your TV on, you see a few ads. Similar will be inside of Messenger. But the time to curate and build that connection is really now, because, as I said, it's going to get noisier, right? It's going to get noisier leading up to July, then it's going to settle a little bit, and then it's going to be the playing field for the professionals to take advantage of more and more and more, because it's really going the way. It's like when, like, TV, radio, newspapers used to, like, anyone would check an ad in a newspaper. Rhonda, I think you told me you used to do a few, like, liners back in the day you send out in ads and papers and stuff. But now when you go on there, it's pretty much like only big businesses that promote in newspapers and whatnot. And that's the same as moving up for Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, the same thing, that it's becoming a professional place to play. But you can still do it for a good price, a good entry point, and you can still take advantage of it, but you have to treat it professionally. You have to take advantage of it when the opportunity arises, and then make sure that you consistently treat it with the professionalism that it needs. And that's when you get the windfalls. That's when you get, positioned ahead of the marketplace. That's when you get basically everything that you need and want in your business, and that's when you become a certified baller.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and again, you just have to ask yourself, are you someone that is just playing and pushing buttons and pushing boost, and you don't really know what's happening? Or are you really running a business? Because, if you're ready to run a business, then now this is the time. And we always have put the structures together so that we are educating our clients, but it's not just doing it for them, because we do have done for you services, and Kim will share with you how to become a baller as well, because he's got a really cool event that's coming up. If you're in Perth, but it's also teaching you along the way. So the program that Kim runs, when you come to my events, we do all of your content, and then I hand my clients off to Kim, because I no longer run my marketing. I run my business. I run a 7-figure business. I can't do it. There's too many things to know. So as a professional, you got to say, okay, I got to talk to the right people and the professionals. And sadly, there's a lot of wannabes out there, right, that are trying to do the work. and those that are really ready to take their business and just focus on what's my content, what's the map, what's the plan, am I driving them into to Messenger, what is my sales process, and then having that traffic run for you. You're the ones that's going to come out on the front end over when all the noise really does pick up. And your customers will know, right? Your customers, they love you for a reason. They trust you. And if they're going to have to be competing, it's like that conversation that Russell Brunson talks about, which is fighting in the Red Sea or the Blue Sea, right? We don't really fight. I don't fight in the Red Sea at all. I don't look for our competition's irrelevant, because no one does what I do, no one says what I say, and no one has the content that I have, right? So really, clients or customers are totally irrelevant, especially when you know how to market them like a baller.
Exactly. And the one thing that you said there is like, some people could say similar things to Rhonda and they could teach similar things. However, they don't say it to the same audience, because I know for a lot of people, you go, oh, but people do what I do. And you're like, oh, so like, why am I special? It's like, well, you're special to the people you need to be special to. That's one of the things about becoming a certified baller is it's like, yes, because to be honest, unless we're Elon Musk and we're building our spaceship to Mars, we're all doing things that have been done before in some way, shape or form, but it depends on who we're doing them for. That's the difference that makes the difference. And that's where all the opportunity lies. That's where they say, for all the Americans, there's riches in the niches, right? And it rhymes. I can't say niche because it doesn't rhyme properly. There's riches in the niches, right?
I like it. I just thought you were going to keep going on with that. I'm like giggling. I'm reading comments. But it's true though, right? And there's some people that are kind of commenting here, and what we'll do, guys, is please ask some questions you've got right now, because we're going to close up in just a couple moments. But Terrence is really great questions. He's saying, there's a reason why some people are refusing to still install Facebook Messenger app. That comes down to that security. Right?
But they have Instagram or they have WhatsApp.
The same, yeah.
It's like, but Facebook, not like, they understand and they appreciate that. It's not like they're going, oh, whatever, we're going to take all your data anyway. They're going, oh, look, we appreciate it. They're having messages that would self-delete within 24 hours. They're having high-end encryption on everything, not just WhatsApp, on Messenger and everything like that. So they've learned, they understood. Sorry, our bad. We all make mistakes as business people, right? They're still a business at the end of the day. And then they go, cool, but we're making all these changes. Here's all the things that we're doing to flip the script on that and to ensure that people stay in the Facebook family, which they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm excited for it because it just makes it easier, right? I do 90% of my business on my phone. And I need that. I need that quick access, right? And now to be able to not have to take them out, let's say, to Stripe or to PayPal, and to be able to process everything's going to be processed inside of the apps that we use the most. I mean, we know that 70% of population's already on Facebook, they're on Messenger, they're on Instagram. Okay, excellent. Joni, yes, unfortunately, she's like, oh my God, we're gonna have to pay for Messenger bots soon. So get in now, make sure they're set up, your process is set up. In fact, many we're inside of our 30K and 30-day challenge. We did quite well. It really jammed, and we're getting ready to relaunch it again. What I want everyone to see is we are now going to be including and adding in the Messenger bot interaction. So instead of getting it an email, because that's what Terrence said as well, ooh, is email kind of going obsolete? It's dead. Almost. I mean, it's getting there. Still a good platform.
Yeah. I mean, you're still going to have email because you own it, right? It's your list, your people. They're always going to be there. So you could individually email them. However, we all know it's like, yes, things get bombarded. And literally it goes in cycles. Because you think about, everyone used to get direct mail, stuff in their letterbox. Now, when I go to the letterbox, I'm excited. I'm like, cross my fingers. I hope someone sent me something, and I go to the letterbox, and it's like to Christy, to Lily, I'm like, I got no mail. I went out there all excited and I didn't get anything. So people were like, I love getting mail. And then now, when everyone goes to Messenger, you're like, oh, I bet you in 2 years' time, you're like, oh, I hope someone emails me. I just hope that I get like an email from someone. That would be really cool. Bringing back some nostalgia, but it is that way. And just to clarify one thing, I know Joni commented on there. You already have to pay to have a Messenger bot subscription if you want a pro level one, but it's the broadcasts, right? That's where they're going to be charging. Because if you have a sequence, so similar to the 30K and 30 days sequence that will be there for people when they go through that will be free. But if you want to broadcast to people, if you want to send them promotions, again, so it's like, cool, you can come to my Times Square. And yes, you can put out a promotion, you can put out your sandwich board, but I'm going to charge you for it, right? I'm going to charge you for that privilege. You can't just come down and everyone has their sandwich boards, their sign up charts. Say, I'm here from Greenpeace, from to sign up. No. You got to pay if you want to come and do that.
I love this. This is great. I mean, we've got a lot of comments. Everyone's like, wow, yeah, this is perfect, because it just makes sense. Doesn't actually really make sense for Facebook as well. It makes sense for us as digital marketers. You know, it's, if you're not playing in the game, you have to play if you want to survive. And that's just the reality. Even brick and mortar now, you know, unless they're relying on foot traffic. In fact, I had a conversation with Penny, our private client. She's in Verbier, Switzerland. She's like, no one's on Facebook. No one's on Messenger, really. They're just really not there. And I said, well, what are these local businesses doing? They're like one of the only small pockets of 2,000 people that have their, you know, little center town square that everyone just knows who's there, and they get foot traffic, and that's all they rely on. No one else has that luxury of having high quality people with money in their pocket, just knowing that they're coming to you. We don't have that luxury. And if you want to be like we are, a freedompreneur, right, traveling around for 11 years, you've got to get this stuff. So, we can't iterate it even more. One second. I love Terrence's question. So he's like, now I do know, for me, I open every Facebook message. I do as well. But email might open if I'm free. That's it. I have like thousands of emails I don't open, although I have one account that I do keep for the ones I give out. And when something comes into that, I know it's good. Right? Yeah. I know it's like a quality client. It's someone that's ready to work with us. It's, you know, Hanalei getting invited to New York Fashion Week. It's like, yes, right? So that's what we're going to start doing. Kim, I love this. Is there any final like remarks that you've got? Because I want to also share with everyone now how they can not only get access, whether they're local, close to you, to get to your event, the Certified Ballers event. We're going to go detailed into this stuff, and or now just get inside and learn it and become a certified baller now, because you are the first ones that are hearing about it. I haven't announced it to anyone yet, except for our audience here. So no one else can know but you, and this is important stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the final thing, and lasting remarks would be like, we've told people time and time again, like we keep telling people about the things that are happening and changing. It's like, as I said, you've got to treat your business professionally. Like you got to take action. But next time we're going to be like, cool, who knows what happens in next April, May. We'll do another video probably like this, and we're going to tell you guys, it's like you can either be at the tail end and you can be picking up the scraps, or you can be at the first class dining table, eating from the table. Like, I would prefer to be eating from the table when opportunity arises. And that's all that we want to give to you guys, is because like if you take advantage of it, you will benefit. Like it's just a hands down thing. It's like if you're the first person, right? There's always those memes of like all the guys that didn't go to Mark Zuckerberg's dorm room, right? It's like, you got invited to the table, you didn't go. Like that's your own fault. But we want to give you guys as much opportunity as possible to be able to learn this stuff, to be able to implement it and take advantage of it when the opportunities are there.
Yeah, absolutely. So how do they find you, Kim? Do we send them in? You can obviously always ask me any specific questions. We'll always be there to answer them for you. But how do you want them to reach out to you and get some details?
Yeah, so if you guys want, very simply, like I have, and I didn't tell Rhonda I had this either yet, but I just made it yesterday. So for anyone that is in Australia, we are doing Certified Ballers Live. So we are going to be having 30 business owners at Optus Stadium, the big football stadium here in Perth, overlooking the whole stadium. It's going to be epic. And the whole day is literally running through what we've gone through today, but how you can take it and implement it. We're going to teach the mogul method, how to do it, how to distribute it, how to promote it. And then I also teach in the afternoon messenger marketing and how to really take advantage of that in 2019 and beyond. I also touch on a little bit of some WhatsApp marketing that we've been testing as well, which is really going to be epic. So if you are in Australia, I mean, look, if you're overseas, come. It's not only for Australians. It's a very long flight, though, I appreciate. So if you want to check it out, certifiedballerslive.com.au. And what we decided to do, because I know that there's a lot of people that want to come that can't because it's distance and whatnot, we are going to sell the recordings as well. So we've just literally put a page together for that, just for you guys, because I knew I was going to be talking to you guys about this, which is certifiedballerslive.com.au/recordings. And only for anyone that comes through from Rhonda's Tribe and Community, I'll give you guys a PDF of the slide deck and also the workbook from the day as well. So you guys will get that. So you can watch and work alongside of it and take note and take action and implement that sort of stuff as well. So yeah, we just wanted to do that so that you guys can come out there and become certified ballers too, because you deserve to. And if you really want to take your business seriously, like you may as well be a head baller shot caller, right? You may as well do.
I love it. Absolutely. You know, we can even make it even easier too, is all of you know my one link. I teach one link. It's called swanlinks.com. Go there and there's a section that says get a consultation. We'll give you a free consultation. We'll talk to you about it. You can ask about how we keep you connected to Kim, how you're going to get the recordings. And then also we have a number of people that have been really interested and excited about our event coming up in Orlando and Bali. And of course, Kim is always there, and we connect all of our assets together with what we do. So if you go to swanlinks.com, you can actually see, all right, I'm ready to book a consult, or I want to know more details about Bali or Orlando, and you'll also be able to fill out an application. You'll get a call as well, so that you can really see what's going on in our universe. You know, we've got a really badass universe that we work together in. And, you know, Kim is one of the most trusting, you know, people on this planet, that I would never give a client to someone that I don't trust. And Kim's that guy. And so that's what we're here to do for you guys. And always on this show, bring in the most, highest up-to-date quality content, valuable content for you, so that you can actually get it implemented now. Do we want you to work with us? Absolutely. Do you have to? No. Certainly, we want to just educate you so you know the steps to take, so you are on the front end. So you've got a sexy brand, you're a mogul and you're a baller now, and you're not like at the table going, oh, why didn't you tell me? Can I have a scrap of your amazing, bread? Right? And it happens. It happens all the time. We're here at the events and people are going, darn it, why didn't I go? Damn it. Right? And now look at all of our clients, that have all this incredible film. They've got their content. They know their process. They run the 21-day plan, and they know the mogul plan, and they're running bots. Like, that's what we do here. And so we're excited to have you guys there. Yeah, cool. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, Terrence, Larcy will put Swan links down there. Just make sure that you do that inside the group so everyone knows where to go. And it's easy. I got all that stuff there. So, Kim Barrett, thank you always for being here.
Sure.
I love and respect you, my man. I am sneakily going to hijack a plane on over to the Optus Stadium. I'm going to come and be a certified baller. I'm just pushing myself in. I'll be there to listen and to learn. I know we already have some of our clients coming. I know Joe Botting's coming, who's one of your past clients. Now ours is now joining you. We've got several other as well that said, I'm in. And so make sure, guys, decide now, because there's only 30 that come to Kim's event. We only take 12 at mine, and Orlando has one room left. That's it.
Take that, guys.
So I'll do some combination work for you guys. Anyone that decides to go and get access and work with us and come to our event, I'll make sure you guys get Kim's recordings as well. So we'll keep, if you're virtual, we'll make sure you guys get access to all of it. All right, Kim Barrett, what shall we do? Should we close it up with a big Be Unstoppable?
Sounds good to me.
All right, let's do it. All right, guys, so listen, I'm going to leave you with this. If you're going to create a brand, create a sexy brand. And if you're going to be anything, be unstoppable! Be unstoppable! Thanks, Kim. We'll see you guys.
Bye.